if you want to talk about billionaire dramas, you just have to look at Mark Zuckerberg versus Elon Musk. So actually, if you have been looking at this whole entire drama that has been actually unveiling since about 2 months ago, this actually basically started off with this whole entire thing where they wanted to talk about a fight. Okay, so Elon Musk basically said that he wants to fight Mark Zuckerberg, and Mark Zuckerberg is like saying, "Hey man, I'm in. Just give me the location." So basically, we are expecting a fight. I'm not sure if that's going to be coming down anytime soon, but this whole entire thing just spiraled a little bit more. Okay, but of course, I'm not saying that this kind of started off from a fight because Mark Zuckerberg and also Elon Musk, they weren't exactly on the best terms to begin with. Even for Mark Zuckerberg himself, he actually dissed on Twitter quite a lot. If anything, he actually left Twitter, I think, in 2012. He openly talked about how Tesla is not really a good company as well. Similarly, for Elon Musk back at Zucks, Elon Musk says the same thing. You know, Elon Musk is not on Instagram. Elon Musk is not on Facebook. If anything, he took Tesla out of Facebook so that Facebook, right now, if you go on Facebook, you cannot find an official Tesla page because that does not exist. So for Elon Musk, he kind of also go against whatever Zucks actually stand for as well. So what actually happened in the last 1 week? We finally have a new application from Zucks himself, okay, which is called Threads. Okay, I'm gonna be popping this thing up for you guys from Twitter. Kind of ironic how this is actually how it's gonna be. Okay, but I'm gonna move myself over here. All right, so let's look at this. Okay, the news is Twitter is threatening to sue Meta over systematic, willful, and unlawful misappropriation of Twitter's trade secrets and IP, as well as scraping of Twitter's data and in cease and desist letter sent yesterday to Zuckerberg by Elon's lawyer. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about this whole thing. I'll show you guys the lawyer letter in a bit. But anyway, I just want to talk a little bit more about this. So you've been using Twitter for the past 1 week or so. You would realize that Elon Musk actually talked about this a little bit, which is that due to the high volume of scraping for Twitter's database, they actually have to lower the view count on tweets. So a lot of people were actually getting a lot of complaints because people weren't able to stay on Twitter for ever and ever and ever. Okay, before that you can be scrolling forever. You can be scrolling 30 hours straight and you would still be able to continue scrolling. But right now you're only having various limits. Of course, I'm not very sure about the limits because Elon Musk keeps on increasing them whenever people complain and such. So basically, if you have a free account, you have a certain tweet limit. If you are a verified account, you have a certain tweet limit. If you actually pay for Twitter Blue, you have a certain tweet limit. So basically, a lot of people who actually paid for it, they're able to actually see a lot more tweet content. Okay, so the reason being of why they were actually doing such a thing is because they want to ensure that, well, meta platforms do not actually come in to do all this kind of thing, which is what they're trying to prevent, which is data scraping. Because what meta platforms is able to do is they can actually get a lot of whatever Twitter's data is, and then they kind of just scrape all those data out, and then they can just chug it into threads, which is basically what they did. Okay, so of course there's also been talks about how Meta Platform has been hiring a lot of former Twitter employees, and that's not going to be very very tough because let's be honest, during when Elon Musk actually took over Twitter, you got a huge amount of firing happening at Twitter. So for Meta Platforms to just pick out some of the better ones to come and interview for Meta Platforms, giving them a good pay raise, I don't think that's going to be a tough move. Okay, so probably that's what actually happened, where Meta Platforms actually hired a lot of people from Twitter over to Meta Platforms to create threads. Okay, so I'm going to be opening up the entire thing over here. So you can kind of see, okay, Mr. Zuckerberg, I am writing on behalf of X Corp, a successor in the interest to Twitter. Woo! Oh, hold on. Let me just, yeah. This. Oh, yeah. That's it. All right. I write on behalf of X Corp, successor in interest to Twitter, based on recent reports regarding your recently launched Threads app. Twitter has serious concern that Meta Platforms has engaged in systematic, willful, and unlawful misappropriation of Twitter's trade secrets and other IPs. Over the past year, Meta has hired dozens of former Twitter employees. Twitter knows that these employees previously worked at Twitter, and these employees had and continue to have access to Twitter's trade secrets and other highly confidential information. And this employee owe ongoing obligation to Twitter, and that Many of these employees have improperly retained Twitter document and electronic devices. With that knowledge, Meta deliberately assigned this employee to develop in a matter of months Meta's copycat Threads app, with the specific intent that they use Twitter's trade secret and other intellectual properties in order to accelerate the development of Meta's competing app, in violation of both state and federal law, as well as those employees' ongoing obligation to Twitter. Twitter intends to strictly enforce its intellectual property rights and demands that Meta takes immediate steps to stop using Twitter trade secrets or other highly confidential information. Okay, so clearly it's quite obvious that because when Twitter had this whole entire layoff happening, especially when Elon Musk came in, that kind of set off a huge sort of common ground of hatred towards Elon Musk, and that probably kind of made a few of the employees a little bit more hateful, and because of that they are like saying, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna go to another company and kind of just help you guys develop a competing app, which is Threads. So of course, currently Threads is threatening Twitter, pun intended, okay, Thread is threatening. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, right now I am on Thread and I am the 11th million yada 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 member on Thread. Right now I believe that they are somewhere in the 30 millions already. Chances are they're most likely going to be hitting 100 million by the end of the month. I'm guessing they should be hitting 100 million by the end of the month. Right now the thing is that a lot of people are saying which app would actually hit 1 billion first, because right now I think Twitter is still winning by quite a bit, but Threads could be quite close, simply because the way they're actually programmed is that if you have an Instagram account, you can just sign in, you can still retain your handle. You don't have to create a new handle. It's kind of a good and bad thing, because the good thing is that you kind of can get back whatever name that you have and people can find you easily. The bad thing is that you cannot grow as organically as, for example, like on TikTok. Whereas where you can just blast everything out, you can be completely new and you can go viral tomorrow. Okay, it's not the same kind of system as TikTok. But yeah, this is how it is. And honestly speaking, because Meta platforms from the get-go, they have actually been just copying a lot of different trade secrets from other tech companies, and that's how they have been doing relatively well. Because let's just look back a little bit, okay? Whatever they have going for them right now, Meta platforms, they have Facebook. That's the only thing that they actually created on their own, but even then you can actually say that they copied from MySpace, but who knows, okay? But they got stories going on, which they copied from Snapchat. They got Reels, Instagram Reels, or Facebook Shorts, Facebook Reels. Those basically got copied from TikTok. And then right now with Threads basically being copied off from Twitter. So something tells me that Meta Platforms is doing very well whenever they copy something from someone. Okay, I'm not sure if they're going to be getting away from away with this. There is a good chance that they might actually get away with this, but let's see how that would actually work out for them. But yeah, I would be looking forward for more updates on this whole entire lawsuit thingamajig. And yeah, that's all I have for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Bye.